Hello, Accelerated Math 7-8 students. We are working in Module 14, and this is Lesson 3. Module 14, Lesson 3 is called Linear Equations in X. Let's take a look at this. Linear Equations in X. Our goal for today. Today we will learn how to find all the solutions to a linear equation in X. So when you're using X as your variable, you're going to find all the solutions that are possible. The question that I want you to be thinking about during this lesson is, what are the building blocks of an equation? That's a good question. Things to know. Where are the linear expressions? Okay, where are the linear expressions? So if we look at this problem right here, we're getting 4 plus 15x equals 49. So what I want you to be thinking about is linear equations and linear expressions tell us that there is exactly one value that the variable can be in order to make the sentence true. And that's why we asked you what are the building blocks of an equation, is because if you look at it or think about it logically, you can determine what the x value would be in order to get that answer. So if we look at this one, we know that 4 plus 15 times something gives us 49. And we know our math facts, and we know that 15 times 3 is 45. So that's getting us closer to here. So if we know that 3 times 15 is 45, and we add 4 to it, didn't we just determine what x would be? And so you've got to think about it logically, and you've got to think about the number sense that you already know and your math facts that you've learned, and combine that with everything. And when you do that, that makes it very easy for you to find the solutions, right, to the linear equation, which is our goal. All right, so what is a linear equation in X? A linear equation in X is an equation that has exactly one value for the variable X to make the math sentence true. Okay? And so that's what you've got to think about with this. Linear equations in X, that means there's exactly one value for the variable. So let's find the solution. What you're going to be doing is, I don't want you to use the BU chart at all. I want you to use logical thinking of number sense that you have. So if we're looking at this one, we did it up above already. You've got to look at, okay, well, the solution to this problem is 49. They already gave us the answer. So the answer to this math sentence, or this expression right here, 4 plus 15x, the answer is 49. So it's telling us that this expression that we have right here has to be exactly the same as this. And so we want you to start thinking about possibilities. And so over here off to the right, you notice it says try 2 and 3. So if we try 2 and 3, we should be able to come up with a solution. So if we try 2 first, we know that 15 times 2 is 30, and 30 plus 4 is 34. 34 does not equal 49. However, if we try 3, 15 times 3 is 45, plus 4 is 49, and now we know that 49 does equal 49. So we know that x for this solution has to be 3. Okay, do you understand what we're doing? All right, so let's try the next one. They're getting a little bit more difficult. So we notice that we have an x on the left side, and now we have an x on the right side, but you have to remember that your x's are the exact same number, because if it wasn't the exact same number, they would use a different variable. And so since they're using the exact same variable, that's telling us that they have only one value of x that will work. So if we only have one value of x that will work, then what it suggests over here under the try is it says try 5 and 1. Okay, so let me back up. really fast and show what you're supposed to do on this. Okay, so going back up to this one, even though we already solved it. Basically, what they're saying, try 2. So we're going to do 4 plus 15 times 2, and it's supposed to equal 49. And when we do it, we know that 15 times 2 is 30. We know that 30 plus 4 equals 34. And so we've just proven that 2 cannot be the correct one. Okay, now let's try 3. So we're doing 4 plus 15 times 3 this time is supposed to equal 49. We know that 15 times 3 is 45. We know that 45 plus 4 equals 49. So now we have proven that 49 equals 49, so 3 is the right choice. Okay, so now you're getting a picture of what I want you to do. So on the next one, it's saying try 5. Okay, so let's try 5. So we're taking 8 times 5 minus 19 is supposedly supposed to equal negative 4 minus 7 times 5. Okay, well, I know that 8 times 5 is 40 minus 19, and then I have negative 4 minus 35. Okay, well, I know that 4 negatives plus 35 negatives gives me a negative 39 balance on this side. And then I look over here, and I have to take 40, and I need to take away 19 of them. So that becomes a 3, that becomes a 1. 10 minus 9 is 1. This was a 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So we have just found that 21 does not equal negative 39. So that one can't work. So now let's try 1. So 8 times 1 minus 19 equals negative 4 minus 7 times 1. Okay, so now let's try this. 8 times 1 is 8. Add the opposite, which is a negative 19, equals negative 4. Add the opposite, which is a negative 7. Okay, so now I know that 4 negatives and 7 negatives gives me 11 negatives. And then I know that if I have 8 positives and I have 19 negatives, when we group 8 of those are going to become zeros, and we will be left with negative 11. So 1 worked. Okay, so do you see what I'm having you do in this one? This whole lesson, what your job is, if you go back to the goals up here, it says, today we will learn how to find all of the solutions to a linear equation in X. Well, when it says all the solutions, what you need to recognize that because this is linear, in our lesson from yesterday, there should only be exactly one value of X that will make it work. And this is what we're proving with those practices, okay? All right, so what we're going to go back to, why did I ask you the question, what are the building blocks of an equation? The building blocks of an equation are the expressions that equal each other, okay? That's why it's so important, because if they don't equal each other, then they're not considered a true equation. A true equation has to be equal on both sides. So that means this value over here is exactly the same as the other one. 34 is not the same as 49, but 49 is the same as 49. 21 is not the same as negative 39, but negative 11 is equal to negative 11. So do you see what I'm saying about they have to be the same on both sides? All right, so guess what? 2 more you have to try, and this is going to be for your practice. Again, if you don't have it done, you're going to lose participation points. I want you to check it out. It says 3 times the quantity of x plus 9 is equal to 4x minus 7 plus 7x. And it gives you the 2 to try. It tells you to try 5/4, and it tells you to try 2. I want to see the work for both of them in your notes. Okay, that one's tricky. You can do it, though. All right, and then the last one is negative 2x plus 11 minus 5x is equal to 5 minus 6x. So they want you to try the values of 6 and 3 for your variable of x and see which one will actually work for you. Okay? So linear equations in x, basically your goal was to determine that there's only going to be one solution for your variable because your equation is linear. All right? And that's all I have for you today. Make sure you get those problems done. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!